Howdy y'all, welcome to HazeandBarrelCraftworks here on the Haze and Barrel Homestead and our humble whiskey room. I'm the Alchemist. What do you think of first when I say slam dunk? Is it basketball? Or if you're watching this and you're a whiskey person, is it Maker's Mark and the wax dunk? Is a slam dunk a myth or is it real? Actually, according to some Maker's Mark media posts over the years, it actually is a real thing. And the slam dunk on a Maker's Mark bottle is when the folk who actually do the hand-dipped wax, yes, it's still hand-dipped, when they do that hand-dipped wax, they actually dip that bottle in a little bit further so that wax on the typical Maker's Mark bottle goes all the way down to the shoulders of the bottle. And this is a prize thing for most whiskey and bourbon hunters. They're looking for that elusive slam dunk on a Maker's Mark bottle. So from what I understand and what I read, and from people who've told me they've seen some social media posts, I personally haven't seen it, but I've been searching to see if I can find that post. They say it's a real thing. So is it a myth or is it real? I'm told it's real. From things I've found on the internet, they say it's real. So I'm on the hunt for that elusive Maker's Mark slam dunk. Today, I want to try one of my favorite series of Maker's Mark, and that's the private selections. The private selections is when Maker's Mark lets special groups and clubs come in and determine how they want to put different staves in for flavoring Maker's Mark. And so you can take different types of wood staves to try to flavor the Maker's Mark whiskey and come up with kind of your own blend of Maker's Mark. And this is one that I picked up at a Will liquor store. And to me, this just has some really nice notes, really nice flavor that really enhances that nice, sweet, smooth Maker's Mark profile. And this bottle comes in at just under 110. And this is 109.7. And if you remember Wednesday's video, if you tuned in at all, we did Maker's Mark 46 cast strength, and that was at just about 110 proof. Actually, a little over 110 proof. And that was delightful. This one does not nose at all at even 100 proof. So this one's really easy on the nose. This one's pushing on the high end, doing a special reserve, pushing the high end. So typically you see these special reserves come in anywhere between, like $80 to $100. I believe on this one, I paid right around that $80 mark for it. So really still within our Redneck Review price range that we like to stay. And even a redneck likes a special treat once in a while. But there's a nice combination on the nose here of sweetness. Like a mixed berry sweetness. On the 46 and on the 46 cast strength, if you remember or if you tuned in, if not, feel free to check them out. It was a cherry, and it wasn't that deep Luxardo cherry that I really love in my bourbons. I get a little bit more complex. I called it more of a light Marciano cherry. This one is more like a mixed berries on the nose. Mixed berries. Vanilla comes in nicely on this. Mixed berries, vanilla. And if you're unwrapping a caramel, and you're getting that caramel smell as you're just unwrapping a caramel. It's all right here present right away on this one. Quite nice. Quite nice. On the palate again, it does not at all, does not at all drink 110 proof. So very easy drinker. In my opinion, still approachable in that 80 some dollar range. Pushing it for us rednecks, but it's all right. 80 bucks, it's not so bad. When you're getting into something that's a little bit more complex with that, the mixed berries in there. I would say the vanilla is not as prominent on the palate, but that caramel and the mixed berries are. And it's quite nice. And really, for $80, I'd say if you can come across your local liquor store or your local whiskey group or anyone that does a special reserve for Maker's Mark, in my opinion, I'd say it's a slam dunk. Give it a try. As you all know, I'd love to have you all coming back around, so please take it easy. Don't drink and drive. Cheers.